Pretty privilege does exist, and if you don't believe it exists, then you haven't left your house. Or maybe you should just go back into your house.
You make me start to hit my wife, girl. What do you wifey? I wanna joke with me, me say me stab you with my knife, girl.
What is up, y'all? Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome to the dark side. If you're returning, you already know who I am. I'm Dana, your neighborhood black girl, and I'm just here to brighten up your day. Let's get into this video.
Something by my side, girl. I want you turn me all the while, girl. You me want talk to. You have the vibes, girl. You're chum so tight.
Okay, so I've seen a bunch of videos going around online about this pretty privilege, and I want to talk about pretty privilege. I have this whole list of things, notes, per se. You can't even see that, but I have notes here. I'm also eating sushi on the side because I haven't eaten yet. I'm outside today. It's a nice day. I haven't been on YouTube for a while, but I felt really inclined to make a video about this. And I think more of my YouTube videos are going to be more about, like, personal experiences. I'm still going to do, like, hauls and stuff, but, like, my reaction video that I did got, like, I think right now it's at like 3,000 or 4,000 views, which is like the most viewed, one of the most viewed videos on my channel. So I think y'all obviously like my commentary. I'm outside, so like if you hear cars and stuff driving by, that's obviously why I'm outside. But yeah, so I think y'all liked some of my commentary stuff, so I think I'm gonna start doing some commentary stuff. And I've been seeing pretty privilege a whole lot across the board on YouTube, TikTok, every social media you can possibly think of. And if you think pretty privilege doesn't exist, then I don't think you've ever left your house, because it very much exists. And I'm gonna talk about it from multiple perspectives. I'm obviously a black woman. I'm obviously a plus-sized, well, I don't know if people consider me plus-sized anymore. I just lost a lot of weight. But I was a plus-size woman, and I grew up in a all-white, not even predominantly white, all-white town, and did not, like, literally did not come in contact with black people, really, like, talk to black people until I went to college. So, yeah, that's a different perspective on pretty privilege than your average whatever person. So, I'm gonna talk to y'all a little bit about what I think about pretty privilege and what some of the issues I see with it. I think everyone who has ever been out with a group of friends and you are sitting with your friends, whatever, and obviously you love your friends, or it might not even be your friends. It might just be like you went out with one friend and you saw a bunch of girls and y'all are all at the bar together, and you see that one girl that automatically gets drinks, they automatically get the doors opened for them, they automatically get like all the basic stuff, but it's like, why are they getting it? And 99% of the time it's because they're pretty. Because a lot of the time they're also not the brightest, not the smartest, not the nicest. I've seen a lot of pretty people who are bitches get free drinks, get free access into the club, get whatever the hell they want just because they're pretty. And I know that they're bitches. And other people know that they're bitches. But because they're pretty privilege, they still get these things. And I'm not saying this is wrong, because I've had encounters of me having pretty privilege, and I definitely used it to my advantage. Like, if you are smart, you would. Like, I'm not saying people who use the pretty privilege to their advantage are using the system. You should be using the system. If the system is put in place for you to use it, especially when it's, like, not actually hurting other people. Pretty privilege, for the most part, free club access or free drinks or that type of stuff is not hurting other people. So use it. Use it. But that is, I feel like, the easiest way to put pretty privilege into, like, a example. Just like that pretty friend who doesn't really bring a lot to the table. Maybe she's not the smartest. Maybe she's a bitch. But she's pretty. So she gets the drink. She gets the guy. She gets the club entry. She gets whatever she wants. Growing up, I think growing up will be my first little topic of conversation. Like I said, I grew up in an all-white neighborhood. And I mean literally all white. I will put a picture here of my graduating class. I was the only black kid in my school. There was one other girl who was mixed, but no shade if she's watching this. She only wanted to be black when it was convenient. She wasn't black all the time. She was black when she could say the N-word. She was black when she could give the N-word usage out to other people. But like on a daily basis, she didn't claim to be black. Honestly, she could have been a white girl with a tan. You know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say. And I don't mean shade to that whatsoever. Like, growing up in an all-white community, especially being mixed, was probably even harder than being black. Because at least being black, I know that I'm black. But being mixed, it's like I'm surrounded by all these white people. The only black person I really can see is this one other. And we weren't really friends. And her mom, who is also mixed. So it probably was a whole lot harder. I don't want to discredit her experience whatsoever, but from me looking on the outside, being a black person who couldn't escape my blackness, it seemed like she conveniently escaped hers a lot of the time. I also was taller than everyone. I literally was taller than every single person in my grade and my school, probably until sophomore year of high school. Like, I think sophomore year is when the guys maybe started growing, and even then it was a couple of them, and then it was like the older ones. The seniors, junior seniors, they started growing. My year probably didn't start growing until junior year, and then maybe senior year is when there was probably 10 guys that were taller than me. All the girls, 99% of the girls, were shorter than me. There was a couple that were around my height. I was the tallest for the majority of my time from 5th grade when I started at this school until 12th grade when I graduated. I was probably the tallest 90% of the time. So that automatically added another target on my back. I was a lot bigger than everyone else. I've always been big. Literally, I hit 200 pounds yesterday. I don't remember. I think the last time I was 200 pounds was probably 7th grade, 6th grade. I've always been big. In high school, the biggest I probably got to was probably like 234. No, probably 230. Yeah, probably like around 230, and I was consistently around like 230, 220, 230. So I was always, but that's like literally from 5th grade, I was 5'5", probably 180 pounds. And then fast forward to freshman year I was 5'8", probably 220 pounds, something like that. Fast forward to now I'm 5'10", 200. But I've always been big. Like, I've always been taller than everyone else. I've always been bigger than everyone else. And I've also always been the only black girl. So all of those things combined puts a big X on my back. Not necessarily for good or for bad, but you definitely knew who I was. You definitely recognized me. I was not unknown. Whether it be with my liking or not, people knew who I was. I grew up liking guys who literally would not even give me a second glance, and maybe when I got to high school, I started realizing, oh, people are not checking for me. They're not checking for me like they're checking for my friends. But middle school, I didn't really realize, because I also always had a boyfriend, and so that's why if you're watching this and you're from my town, you're probably like, what the hell are you talking about? You always had a boyfriend. I did. I always had a boyfriend. 5th grade, my first boyfriend, he now is engaged. He's gay now. But love him. Love Tucker. Shout out to Tucker. My first boyfriend, 5th grade, and then 7th grade, had a boyfriend. 8th grade, had a boyfriend. 9th grade, had a boyfriend. 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, all had a boyfriend. I've always had a boyfriend. But the thing about that is that I would stand still, and when you're in a town so small, and I said, everyone knows you, if someone likes black girls, they're gonna go to you. And this sounds also really bad, but in my school, I was the only black girl. The school district over from me was a bigger school. They probably had 10. The other school district over from me was another bigger school. And when I mean bigger, I mean they had like 4,000, 3,000 kids. They probably had 10, maybe 15, 20. But also, like, and this sounds really bad, and I don't want to sound like a bitch, but they were not like me. These girls were not me.
Nothing left to say, like, period. Period.
I'm a bad bitch. I've always known I'm a bad bitch. Even when I was fat, I was still a bad bitch. I always knew I was a bad bitch, okay?
Period.
And I will always know I'm a bad bitch. And I've never been, like, uncomfortable with myself. I've never been uncomfortable with my body. Even in those weird transitional, like, middle school, high school periods, I was always good with myself. And everyone always knew that I was good with myself. So it was a different sort of confidence than I think the other black girls had, because it was hard. It was so hard being the only or one of few in where you are. So I don't know. I think I just had a different confidence than the other ones. And I'm not saying that I was prettier than the other ones. Well, I was, but I didn't see all of them. Obviously, I didn't see all of them. But from near distant around me, if you wanted a black girl, you knew I was one of the ones that you could choose. So you sought me out, and that's what happened. People sought me out. My first ever boyfriend in high school, he's from my high school. He sought me out. He found me on Facebook and was like, hey, I'm interested in you, whatever, blah, 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 blah. My next boyfriend after that, he was from the school district over. He sought me out on Facebook as well. My boyfriend after that, I messaged him first, but after that, he kept messaging me, type of thing. It was always, they knew where to go. If you knew you wanted a black girl, I guess I was kind of one of the only options, so you kind of had to either hope for the best with me, but at the time, I also had boyfriends, so sorry. You either had to hope for the best with me or find another one. I never had an issue finding a man just because I knew I wasn't ever going to go out and find a man. I let everyone come to me, and I knew that that was the only way that I was going to be able to do anything successfully, because there's no way in hell I'm going to walk up to, like I said, I fell for so many guys that I knew did not like me. There's no way in hell in high school especially I was going to walk up to this Chad on the baseball team and be like, hey Chad, I'm interested. Bitch! I already know Chad likes Vanessa, and Vanessa is white. I just wasn't going to put myself out there. Maybe that's a bad thing, but it also saved probably a lot of pity and a lot of tears and a lot of, why doesn't he like me? That type of stuff. It probably saved a lot of that, so I'm kind of thankful for that. So going off of that, I've always been the first seen, but the last to be looked at.
Editing Dana here, and I just dropped some knowledge. Rewind that.
So going off of that, I've always been the first seen, but the last to be looked at. And what I mean by that is that everyone knew who I was. You could not miss me when I walked into the room, the only black girl in the room, the tallest in the room, probably one of the biggest girls, period, in the room. And as I got older, I got tattoos. Like, you're never gonna miss me. When I walk into a room, you're not gonna miss me. However, I constantly am one of the last people to be seen in a room. And what I mean by that is that in my white community at home, they will talk to, I cannot tell you the amount of times I've been at a bar with all my friends and guys will come up and talk to every single friend and I'm not even there, not even existent. This will be guys, this will be bartenders. Bartenders will talk to every single one of my friends. Ignore that I'm even there. And this could be girls. This is just, I'm invisible. And that sounds so bad, but like, it is reality in a lot of the situations that I'm in. I'm invisible. Or people don't care enough to talk to me. Which is fine because I know where I am and I know who I am. Now, especially that I've left Maine and I've come back, you can't tell me shit. If you don't talk to me, that's more breath than I'm saving for me to be using on myself, okay? I don't care. I genuinely do not care. But sometimes it gets annoying, and that's why I can only stay so long here before I start caring, because at some point you always revert back to old ways, and my old ways of growing up here, I just got depressed. Because when you go so long without someone saying, hey, you're beautiful, or you go so long being at bars and guys look at every one of your friends and don't even say hi to you, there comes a point where you're just like, I'm over it. I'm done, and you don't want to be in those situations anymore. And so that's why when everyone tells me, oh, why don't you come home and stay home longer? That's why. I don't like being invisible. And I know for a fact, I am not going to find my husband, my future, whatever, I'm not going to find him in Maine. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So, with all of that being said, I stay here for the shortest amount of time that I possibly can before I get the hell out, because my mental cannot take being invisible. My mental cannot take going to parties and having my friends get talked to, having other people who I know are not cute. Well, let me not say that. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. People I don't think are that cute, people I know are not that smart, people I know that don't even add up to the things that I add up to getting talked to by the cutest people at the party. It's just so aggravating when you know you're always last and you will always be last in specific places and it has nothing to do with you. I cannot control it whatsoever. If there was a girl who looked exactly like me but was white, had the same height, weight, went to the same college I did, same personality, same everything, I know she would get chosen over me just because she was white. And that's just life. I'm not trying to be like a pity party. I'm not trying to be like, oh, cry for me, I'm so sad, people get chosen over me. No, it's just life. You just have to realize that. And that's why I think leaving, the biggest thing that I did for myself was leave Maine and leave this area of people who just, they don't even see it. They'll like literally tell you that you're like going crazy. They won't even acknowledge that these things are what you're going through until it happens in front of them. A lot of my friends this year, when we started going out to bars together and these things happened where I would literally just get ignored, that's when they actually took me seriously and was like, oh. But throughout high school, they would always tell me, oh, just go up to him and talk to him. Bitch! Girl! No. No. Unless I have some Facebook stalking background knowledge that you've dated a black girl in your past or you like black girls to some extent, I am not going up and talking to you. No. And maybe that's just on me. Oh, rejection is okay. Rejection is okay. I'm cool with being rejected. I'm okay with being rejected if you don't find me attractive. Cool. There's a difference between you not finding me attractive and you not being attracted to black people.
Period.
It's just annoying. It's aggravating. It's annoying. Another thing that I always noticed is that black men never had an issue where I was growing up. I didn't have, like I said, there's not a lot of black people here, but in like our neighboring city an hour away, Portland, there was black men. And there still are black men. And black men never have an issue because black men know that black women are going to say yes to them. Black men know, especially here, because a lot of the people in Maine specifically that are black, a lot of them are immigrants from either Africa or there's like some Jamaicans, like some Caribbean. But a lot of them are immigrants. So like most, not all, but most immigrant black females like black males, immigrant or not. You know what I mean? But like most black females, most black people like black people. So black men know that black women, if they're going to go up to me, okay, not all, but you know what I mean? Like the average black man, if he's going to walk up to me, he probably knows that I'm going to be more well received than if he walked up to Becky. But still in Maine, this white girl fanatic, this white girl fantasy of having these mixed children and these whatever the hell runs rampant. So they know they can find a white girl as well, just as easily. And that's what part of the issue with the black men, specifically here, is that black men, and it's like, they're not even that cute. The men in Maine, the black men in Maine, are like the bottom of the barrel of black men. That sounds bad, but like 90% of them are not cute. But they think they're freaking, Michael B. Jordan, because they have Brittany and Tiffany tell them that they're cute, and they also have, I don't know, what are some stereotypical black people names? Whatever, black girls also telling them that they're cute, so they think they're Michael B. Jordan of the freaking race. They're not. It's sad. It really is sad, because a lot of them, like I said, a lot of them are not, like, they're literally the bottom of the barrel. If they transported themselves and put them even in Boston, they would not get any play. From white girls, black girls, Asian girls, Hispanic girls, they would not get any play. You took them and put them in even a bigger city, New York, swallowed up. That's what I'm saying, is that they have this overinflated ego. The black males here have this overinflated ego because of the place that they're at. There's not that many of them. Therefore, if they want a black girl, if they want a white girl, they can get it easily. Easily. A snap of the fingers, they can get it. But if you, like I said, if you pick them up and put them anywhere else, they would have such an issue. But they don't realize that, and they won't go anywhere else. So that kind of ends like growing up. I feel like that kind of encompassed everything that I kind of dealt with growing up. Now just going into pretty privilege in everyone. I think pretty privilege, like I said, another thing that you can easily define it as is when people ask, oh, what's your type? And specifically white males or white females will say, a white female might say tall, dark, and handsome. Usually when she says tall, dark, and handsome, she doesn't mean black. She means tall, tan, and handsome, not black. And same goes for men. When men, oh, what type of girls do you like? Oh, I like blonde hair, blue eyes. You know that's not a black girl. Or even brunettes. I like brunettes. 99% of the time, they're not talking about black girls. Unless people specifically say, oh, I'm attracted to black females. I'm attracted to black males. You know that they're describing white people. So that automatically just X's out a whole race. When you're asking people, oh, who do you prefer, blonde hair, or what do you prefer, blondes or brunettes? I'm not blonde or brunette. I have never been blonde or brunette. Majority of black people don't have blonde or brunette hair. So like, we're not even in that realm. And that, let's not even say that are Xing black-haired white people out, because you're also Xing black-haired white people out. But you know what I mean? We're not even in the realm of options. Or also when they say, oh, I prefer women with darker features, that never means a black woman. That means a Middle Eastern. That means Hispanic. That means Greece. That means anything exotic that might be a little bit darker, a little, like they get a nice tan, they get the nice olive. That doesn't mean a black girl. Might mean a light-skinned black girl, but that doesn't mean a black girl. That doesn't mean a brown-skinned girl. That doesn't mean a dark-skinned girl. And y'all know that. That's the other thing, is y'all know that. And these shows know it is too. Love Island, Too Hot to Handle. All of these shows, you can see the one black girl is always last picked, is always diminished until further talked to, is always, you know, or ends up with the black guy. Like one of the two. They're either the last pick, they don't end up finding someone that they like, they get voted off, they get whatever, or they end up with a black guy. Or there happens to be that third option where there's that one white boy from like Miami or the white boy from New York who they're, oh yeah, like I like some chocolate. Too Hot to Handle this last season with Melinda, where she had Peter and what was the other guy? Joey was from Miami, Peter was from New York. They both said, oh, she's beautiful. Like I love me some chocolate, blah, blah, blah. But that's not average. That's not average. And at the end, she still ended up with Marvin, who's black. They're literally catering to these stereotypes that we're already putting into play, and that's why I don't even know why. I personally love Love Island. I don't even know why. Like, I don't know why, because I know that I will, one, never be on the show. There's never gonna be someone who looks like me actually winning or doing good. I don't know, it's just, you always feel pity for these girls because they're always, and the other thing is they're always nice. On Love Island, it was, I don't remember, Justine. Justine was the black girl on Love Island. So nice, so sweet. You never have a black girl who goes up there and there's a bitch. And then they're like, oh, well, no shit, they're not getting anything because they're a bitch. But they're always the sweetest, the nicest, the smartest, also skinniest. So let alone, we don't even have to talk about people who look like me being on that show. They're always the prim of the top tier of the black girl. So if the top tier of the black girl isn't getting play from these white boys, then how the hell is me, the average black girl, gonna get play from these white boys? Hey y'all, this is Editing Dana popping in. I just wanted to say, in no way, shape, or form did I mean I wanted play from these white boys. I'm just saying in the instance of a show like Too Hot to Handle, Love Island, The Bachelor, I wouldn't be getting play from these white boys if these top tier black girls aren't. That's literally what I'm saying. That's literally all that I'm saying. And this also goes back to me when I grew up in Maine. There was this one girl, this one mixed girl who got so much play from everyone. She's gorgeous. When I tell you the top tier of black girls, if there's like a tier, if there's a hierarchy, she would be on one of the top. This is Editing Dana again. When I talk about top tier of black girls, I also mean society's tier of black girls. I don't mean your own individual, because I'm a top tier in my motherfucking eyes, okay, bitch? But I'm talking about society and society standards, that tier of women, specifically black women. And so it's like, no shit, she's getting so much play. She's absolutely stunning. I think now she has a modeling contract. I think she lives in Miami. Absolutely stunning. And so it's obvious that she's gonna get play. But the average, I'm talking about the average 6s, 7s. Me, I would say I'm a 7. Average, that's not bad. Average is still good. But I'm not gonna be on Love Island. I'm not gonna be on Too Hot to Handle. I'm not gonna be the girl who's talking about, oh yeah, it was love at first sight when you walked into the bar. I've never heard one of my friends talk about love at first sight. I've never heard a black girl in general have a love at first sight experience where the guy has also felt the same way. I've had a lot of love at first sight experiences where those men were fine. Now, did they have love at first sight experiences with me? Nope.
And
But, like I said, there's not a lot of them. And why is it? Part of it goes back to this pretty privilege. And pretty privilege is just, I don't know, it's like a social construct that is just disgusting and designed for failure. I guess that kind of ends my rant on pretty privilege with everyone. And now I kind of want to talk about pretty privilege in the black community, because this, I feel like, is the most controversial, because everyone can have pretty privilege. And I don't want people to think that you can't have pretty privilege, or I don't want people to think that I think I'm ugly and I don't have pretty privilege because I'm ugly. I know I'm a bad bitch. I will always be a bad bitch. When I was fatter, I was a bad bitch. And now I'm a bad bitch. When I get my ass done, I'll be a bad bitch. If I take my titties off, I'll still be a bad bitch. At the end of the day, I will always be a bad bitch.
Period.
And you will be too. So don't let anyone, any man especially,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
tell you different, okay? But at the same time, you also have to be real, and I'm gonna be real. And there are times where I'm like, damn, I see my best friends who are gorgeous black girls just like me, but maybe the topper tier of the gorgeous black girl, or I don't even know. I really don't even know. I don't want to say, oh, diminish me and make them look like, I don't want to do that. But I see them. I see that they can get into the club for free. I see that they get drinks paid for free. I see that they get doors opened for them for free. Well, for free. Obviously, no one's going to pay you to open a door. But you know what I mean. I see them getting this special-handed treatment that I don't get. I don't get it. Guys who like me and guys who are interested in me, they always tell me, like, oh my God, what do you mean you don't get free drinks at the club? I don't. I don't know why I would lie about that. If I did, I don't want to say I've never been bought a drink at the club. I have. But I'm 22 years old. I've been going to clubs probably since I was 18 years old. I've been actually drinking in clubs actually probably since 21. And 21, Corona happened, so I don't know how relevant. I haven't been to the club a crazy amount of times, but I've been to the club enough to know that in the amount of times that I've been to the club since I've turned 21, probably over 25, I've been bought maybe 1 drink, 2 drinks. Yeah, probably 1 or 2. So Versus my friends, I could go, we were underage, when we were 18, 19, I go with my friends and they would get bought drinks multiple times every single weekend. And we weren't even legal yet. So that's just like to put it into perspective, pretty privilege. And pretty privilege in the black community is even more of a, I think, controversial thing, because black girls know that when they walk into a room with white girls, they're automatically the less. And that sounds so bad, but I know it at least. When I walk into a room with a bunch of white girls, I know that they're not going to talk to me. Unless you only, or not only like black girls, but unless you prefer black girls, I'm not going to get checked for. I just know it. And if it is, it's going to be some sort of nice, my friend's talking to your friend, let me talk to you. You know what I mean? I know people aren't genuinely interested. And that's okay, that's fine, I know that. I know it. But there comes a whole nother competition when you walk into a room and there's other black girls in a room. And it becomes even more of a competition when you walk into a room, there's a bunch of white girls, and then there's also some black girls in the room. Because then, okay, of the prettiest of the black girls, who are you going to choose? And so then it comes, you're battling other black girls, and that's the last thing I want to do. I never, ever, 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 ever want to battle another black girl on a male attention or on stupid, frivolous shit like that. Like, never in my life do I ever want to do that. Ever. But we always get pitted against each other, and we get the Beyoncés are always going to be the first picked. We already know that Rihanna's are going to be the first pick. Ryan Destiny's are going to be the first pick. We know that. The light-skinned, okay, well, they're not all light-skinned. The Eurocentric, skinny, tall, just beautiful, straight beautiful. Ryan Destiny, stunning. Like, can't even comprehend how stunning that girl is. Gorgeous. But not average people look like her. And even then, she's of the dark-skinned black girls. Editing Dana again, I also would like to point out that when I was looking for pictures of Ryan Destiny, to me, she honestly doesn't look that dark-skinned. Like, some of the lighting pictures, she looks dark-skinned, but most of the pictures that she's in daylight, she looks brown. So I don't know if she's dark-skinned or not. That's up to y'all. One of the most pretty, and she's one of the only ones that they still will be okay with. And even then, people still have an issue with her. So it's like, how the hell does dark-skinned girls like me, well, some people debate on if I'm dark-skinned or not. Have all the debate you want. I say I'm dark-skinned. So how are dark-skinned girls like me who are plus size gonna even compare to Ryan Destiny? I'm trying to compare to Ryan. I'm trying to compare to Jasmine Sullivan. I'm trying to compare to, who else can I think of? Kelly Price? Bitch.
Child. Anyway, so.
Not Kelly Price. Oprah? Like, I don't even know. But even then, like, people tell me, I don't want to say all the time. People tell me occasionally that I look like Jasmine Sullivan. I don't see it at all. Like, at all. But if they were to tell me that, and I was to look at Jasmine Sullivan's history with men or history with relationships or like even her just history in the tabloids, everyone would always say she was really pretty big, but then when she lost weight, she was so much more pretty, so much more beautiful. And I just lost a lot of weight. Not Jasmine Sullivan weight. She lost a lot of weight. But I just lost 80 pounds. So, but I'm just so, like, why is it that, oh yeah, she was cute when she was big. Then when she lost weight, oh my God. But even then, she's still not getting checked for. Beyonce, Rihanna. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It's so annoying. It's genuinely so annoying. So when it comes to pretty privilege in the black community, yeah, it just doesn't work like that for me. I don't know. With black guys, I think very specific black men like me, and that's just because I'm a bigger girl. And I've always known that, being plus size, being bigger, even though now I'm big but not big. I think now I'm even more in an awkward medium. I'm also not the Ashley Grahams of plus size, or I don't even know any other names, but the plus size girls that have flat stomachs, fat asses, and big tits. I'm not them. So even of the guys who like plus size girls, those are the type of plus size girls that they like. So like, where do I even fall in the hierarchy of women? There's the white women at the top with blonde hair, blue eyes, the leader of the pack. Go through all the white women, whatever. Then you come to probably the light skin, baddie, any type of light skin, short, tall, thick, skinny, any type of light skin hierarchy. Then you have the skinny brown girls, regular brown girls, but that are skinny. You have any thick, probably any thick brown or like mixed girl in there. Then you might be getting into the really, really, really pretty dark skins, Ryan Destinies, those types of dark skins. And then you have the average black girl, and then you have the plus size black girl, and then you have the plus size black girl who's average without an ass. That's me. Literally the fucking bottom of the friggin' pole. I don't know. There might be someone under me. I don't know. Maybe the black girls who don't think they're black. Like, but I really don't know anyone else. Like, we're really genuinely at the bottom of the barrel of pickings for what men want. And I'm not saying that I'm ugly. Like I said, how many times in this thing can I say that I don't think I'm ugly, that I don't think no men want me? My messages, my Tinder, all of those things prove otherwise. But like, that's only because there's so many men in the world and there's so many girls. The other thing is that people will obviously sleep with me. People will obviously be my friend, do all these other things before they'll marry me. You know what I mean? There's obviously going to be men, white men, black men, Hispanic men, Asian men, any sort of man who would love to sleep with me or would love to be friends with me or would love to do all of those things, but that doesn't mean they're going to get up down on one knee, propose to me, and spend the rest of their life with me or have kids with me or whatever. And everyone should know that. We know that. So when it comes to white men, I usually get like, you're pretty for a black girl. This is editing Dana again. I just wanted to specify that a lot of time I didn't get you're pretty for a black girl. A lot of the times I got you're pretty for a big girl, and the black part was just intended. But I wanted to clarify that a little bit. But mostly, I don't even get that anymore. I don't even get them attempting to date me now. Now I only get, especially that I'm older, it's usually just like, oh, I've never been with a black girl before. And it's like they think that that's just going to make me be like, oh, great, fantastic, let me be your first one. In what world? In what world did you think you texting me, I've never been with a black girl, would get you the response of, great, come over to my house? Stupid, 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 stupid. But yeah, so now moving out of pretty privilege in the black community and moving into just me being a grown-up and me realizing what pretty privilege is, how it exists, how to use it, not use it, all the other things. I think it's just made me, forced me into having a better personality. I would love to say that I have an amazing personality. I think personality, I'm a 10 out of 10. 10's high. 9 out of 10. Personality, I'm a 9 out of 10. Versus my looks is probably like a good 6.5, 7 out of 10. Personality, though, makes up for all of that. Makes up for not having an ass. Makes up for all of it. My personality is amazing, and that I've had to craft my personality to be as good as it is. And I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything. I just know that I'm a really good person. I'm a good friend. I'm a good girlfriend. I'm a good human. I don't intentionally wish bad on people. I intentionally prey on people. I intentionally wish good things on people. I don't put other people down. You know what I mean? I'm a good person. And my personality, I think I have a good personality, and I've had to create a good personality because people wouldn't talk to me if I didn't have a good personality. I love to say that I'm funny. I love to be the funniest person in the room. I hope that when people describe me, I hope people say that I'm funny, because that's another thing that I don't think I actively work on, being funny, but being quick, being witty, being sarcastic. I try to do those things because I know this might not be what something gets someone, but a laugh, if I can get a man, they say the way to a man is through his stomach and his something. Laughter? I don't know. I always thought laughter was one of them. I don't know. I might be pulling that out of my ass. I've tried to become witty, funny, sarcastic, a funny person, fun person to be around, because I know that average people aren't going to look at me and be like, oh my god, she's a baddie. But then maybe when they talk to me, they might be like, oh my god, her mind's a baddie, and that makes her even more of a baddie. You know what I mean? You can be an easy 6. Your personality is a 10, that boosts you up to an 8. You gotta average it out. Get the sum of the two dividends. I don't know math. You gotta average it out. And also, I've always been loud. I've always been the loudest in the room. And I think that also was kind of like a coping mechanism of everyone seeing me, but no one seeing me. I literally have this tattoo on my hand. It says, I see you. It was from the movie Beyond the Lights. And if you've seen the movie, she's about to commit suicide. And I know that sounds easy for me to say, but it's a movie. She's about to commit suicide, and the guy pulls her up and he's like, I see you. And that always resonated with me because I never felt seen. I always was seen, but I was never seen, if that makes sense. And so I think also with being the loudest is that was part of my wanting to be seen. Like, I just wanted people to know who I was for who I was, not because I was black, not because I was tall, not because I was big, because of Dana. I wanted people to know Dana for Dana, not for the others. think just all of those things made me who I am now. Part of, I think, the issue with this whole pretty privilege thing is that you can't self-esteem your way out of it. Like, I don't have a great self-esteem. I've never had a good self-esteem. I think part of the reason was me being raised in such a white community, not ever being checked for, not really being told by men that I was beautiful. I don't remember a man telling me I was beautiful. Yeah, by a few boyfriends, but like, other than that, I don't remember a man walking up to me on the street and being like, oh, you're beautiful. You know what I mean? I never had those instances until I went to college, until I got out of the town that I was in and was in a town with more black people. Or had a man be like, damn, you're really pretty. And those instances still are very rare, but they never happened here. At least when I went to Florida, they occasionally happened. Do you know what I mean? And it's just, I don't know. I think another part of it plays into, with black men specifically, as soon as I open my mouth, you can tell I'm not a hood girl. You can tell I'm not from the hood. I don't want to say I'm a suburban girl because I don't live in the suburb. I'm at my house right now. I live in the country. I'm a country girl. Really at heart, I'm a country girl. But that also means that I open my mouth and you're not going to hear hood. So you automatically know. And I don't know if that helps me or hurts me. To some people, it might help me. To some people, I think it might hurt me because there's a lot of black people in South Florida who I open my mouth and they call me white because of the way that I speak, or because of the education that I have, or because of the school that I went to. It all gets diminished into me being white. And I'm not white, obviously. Obviously, I'm not white. So then it's like the other ones who are like, oh, that's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing, but it doesn't really add that many pluses. You know what I mean? Like, it adds a couple pluses, but it's not like me sounding white or me being articulate or me being able to speak. That's not adding so many pluses because there's a lot of other girls who sound like me, who are articulate, who aren't from the hood, I'm not that crazy of a anomaly. There's other girls who can find who are going to be as smart, if not smarter than me, XXXXX Tentacion. I think it more hurts me in the sense of pushing away some black people. Well, even then, I don't even want to say that because if you think that I sound white because of the way that I talk, you're obviously closed-minded and I don't want to be with you to begin with. But I do think it does hurt more to me at least, it hurts more when a black person is like, oh, you sound white, than it ever is when a white person says something about me being black. Or white people call me Oreos all the time. White people say I'm the whitest black girl they've ever met all the time. None of that shit really phases me. At this point, I've heard it all 1,001 times. As soon as a black person says, you're the whitest person I've ever met, or you're an Oreo, or you're blank, that's when it actually is like, damn. I'm never gonna be white. I never will ever be able to be passed as white. And now I can't even pass as being black when I'm very much black, 93% African. If you want to take out the stat, that's when it pisses me off. Because I was raised in a white community. I was raised around who I was raised. My parents are white. I went to a private college. I am smart. That's why I am not good enough for you. Because I'm too smart. Like, that makes no sense. Or because I can speak a proper grammatical sentence.
Really, nigga?
Is that even grammatically correct? That's irony right there. But you know what I'm trying to say. But, so yeah, I don't know. It's just so annoying. And like I said, you can't self-esteem your way out of it. And it's really hard to not try because I've definitely tried. And I think you can't self-esteem your way out of it, but you can pick up yourself and move to a place where you're wanted, where you're loved. And as bad as it is, I know everyone loves their home. I love my home. I love Maine. I love my hometown. I love my family. I love everything about my home. But after a certain time, for my mental health, I cannot be here. I literally can't. I can't. And I don't know if that's bad because that's essentially saying that after a certain amount of time, I need validation from others. And maybe that's something I need to work on myself. And every year I think it's gotten better because every year, it's like freshman year when I came home for like a week and I was ready to leave. I was over it. Sophomore year I didn't even come home sophomore year. I never came, or maybe I visited for a week, same thing, and I left. Junior year I came home about a month and a half, almost 2 months, I was ready to dip. Now I've been home for almost 2 months, and I would like to get back to, like, black people. Like, that's the thing is I love black people. I love my culture. That's what I love. It's not even that I need the validation from other black men or whatever. I just love black people, and I love what we bring to the table, our energy, our aura, just being around black people. I love that. And that's what I miss. Not necessarily you're pretty, you're this, you're whatever. Like, I don't necessarily miss that, but I miss being around black people. But yeah, I definitely think that this year, I don't know what happened this year, that maybe I'm more self-aware, maybe I'm better at acknowledging that I'm a bad bitch and I will always be a bad bitch. and I don't need white boys especially to validate that. Yeah, I think every year it gets better. Every year, I think for everyone it will get better. I'm 22. I hope at 25, 26, 27, I don't even give a shit about what these little white boys have to say, or even these little black boys have to say, or Hispanic boys, or Asian boys, or whoever. Any boy. Period. But I'm not there yet. But I'm definitely working on it, and I think that every black girl out there, just know that you are beautiful, you are pretty as fuck, you are a bad bitch, regardless of what these white boys, Hispanic boys, black boys, any of them have to say to you. You are a gorgeous ass human being, and if you're gorgeous on the inside, it will radiate to the outside. Even if you're a 6 on the outside, you will be a 10 overall. And yeah, just stick through it, black girl. Y'all got this. We are the strongest group of women, the strongest group of people. Black people are the strongest group of people on this earth, and black women, the strongest, hands down, people on this earth. They literally say we're the most disrespected women in society. We're the most disrespected people in society. And we still carry our families, our careers, our socials, everything we carry all that shit on our back. And with little to no thanks from the outside world. So keep doing you, black girl. You got this. I love you. I think you're beautiful. I will pay for your drink. I will open the door for you. I will call you beautiful every day of your life if you need to hear it from me. You're gorgeous. You deserve the world. And if that is from a white man, have fun. If that's from a black man, have fun. Because I don't know which one's worse at this point. I don't know which one's better. I don't know which one's worse. And that's honestly sad. Sad to think about because... But yeah, thank you. I will see you in another video. I hope you like this video. And yeah, pretty privilege does exist. And if you don't believe it exists, then you haven't left your house. Or maybe you should just go back into your house. Like, comment, subscribe. You already know the drill. I love y'all. Peace.
Nigga, I'm trying to keep falling. Nigga, I'm trying to keep falling.